My name's Drex Davis, and I'm here to talk about the symphony. Specifically, why it's in crisis, why that is a tragedy, and how a group I co-founded called Cinematic Pop is taking a different and hopeful approach to try and reverse some of these trends. In the course of my lifetime, 41 years, attendance at the symphony has dropped 35%. 1 in every 3 seats that was filled is now empty. Now, the high cost of producing the symphony, coupled with declining attendance, means that many symphonies are in financial distress. This is not new to symphonies. For the last 100 years, they've lurched from one mini crisis to another, and they've always found a way to make it through. But this time, it's a little bit different. And the reason for that is demographic. See, symphony orchestras' audiences are dying. I mean, they're literally dying. The average age of a symphony attendee over the last couple of decades has gone from 40 to 50 and continues to rise. And if the trajectory continues, we could see the symphony disappear. Now, that would be a tragedy. It would be a tragedy for 2 reasons. 1, because the symphony as a musical art form is really unparalleled in its beauty. 2, as a social model. The symphony sets a great example for us, and I'll talk more about that. Anyone who has ever attended the symphony knows what it's like to be bathed and immersed in the sound of 70 to 100 instruments. It takes you to another level, it elevates you, it's really almost heavenly. This is my friend Bob Hogue. Some of you may know Bob Hogue. He's a music producer in the Valley of some renown. Bob had never attended the symphony before, and I knew he would like it, so I invited him to attend one. How did it go for Bob? Well, you can see. It brought color to his life and put a smile on his face. He told me that he was totally moved by the experience, that he was overwhelmed by it, and that he was, quote, astonished. Now, when you watch a symphony, you're seeing a group of individuals who come together, unified, harmonious, playing something refined and beautiful. They sublimate individual urges for the greater good. Contrast that with our society today, which is increasingly individualistic. It's hasty, it's fast, it's not in sync. Where we sometimes even seem to celebrate the elevation of selfish individualism above sacrifice for the common good. Is this something that we want to see go away? Or do we want to see young people have this experience? I think we know the answer to that, but the question is, how do we do that? Well, I think there's some answers with my friend Bob. 2 months after he had his first symphonic performance, he texted me and he said, I just bought 2 tickets to go see the Phoenix Symphony because I want to have that experience again. And that will be the answer. If we can just get young people into the symphony for the first time to have a wonderful experience, they'll become the audience and the patrons of tomorrow that will keep it moving forward as an art form. So, how could we do this? Well, I and some co-founders started a group called Cinematic Pop. Cinematic Pop takes iconic pop songs performed by pop artists backed by arrangements for symphony. Now, this image here, the 3 soloists, or singers you're seeing in front, are performing Fix You by Coldplay. They do songs by Adele and even Nirvana, which we just heard about. And the great thing about it is that audience is full of young people. Our first 4 shows sold out in a matter of hours. We were invited to perform on national television. And just last week, we returned from London, where we recorded our first studio album with the London Symphony Orchestra. Thank you. What's really exciting to me is that it is young people who are driving the interest in this. And I just see this as a start of something that could be much bigger. What I envision is that artists like Adele or Bono or even Lady Gaga could adapt their music for symphony and tour symphony halls, bringing their young fans into those venues to have musical experiences that they have never had before and see this social model, which is so inspiring. So, can pop music save the symphony? I believe that it can, and I believe that it can so strongly that I am committed to it. Thank you very much.